right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Oh, Sir Otto.
Hey! Go!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Come on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Oh. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Злочин з репутацією, ну, все.
I suppose I
Henry?
really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Hey, you! You're Henry, right? Or was it the other one?
Keep the peace and we won't have any problems.
Thing. I'll be here. Well, fine. Just ignore me. What could I know?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side. Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad, but don't say it too loud, the locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Where are you headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you're going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed, although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
What armour are you talking about? Sir Brunswick?
Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon. Or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know.
And is the armour real?
Maybe. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters.
I could use some armour. Proper, like, for a knight. And no rusty junk.
And you are like a knight?
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armour, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armour, sword, and horse now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now, but you might find something in the town hall armoury, although you'll need quick hands.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously?
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it would be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. Oh well, it was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
І так, ми вже в відкритому світі. Так. Відкриємо карту, глянемо, що у нас тут є. Ми в Трусковиці. Я думаю, що було б непогано спочатку обійти все селище та подивитися, де що є. Потім, я розумію, щоб нам попасти на весілля, у нас є два шляхи. Чи ми з допомогою коваля Радована, або за допомогою млинаря Крейцеля. Ну, йти до млинаря, я думаю, це буде нецікаво, тому що в першій частині ми потрапили також до млинаря, і там виконали ці всі завдання, поцюпати то, інше. Думаю, це не має сенсу, краще ми відправимося до коваля. Бо якщо ви бачили також трейлери на початку, ну, коли мала бути вихід ігри, показувало, що можна кувати самому зброю. Я думаю, що тут ми це зможемо навчитися. Але ця дівчина каже, що у нас є час, і ми можемо не поспішати туди, а можна спочатку піти сюди до кота, вивчити, як я розумію, комбо. Для бою також ми можемо знайти нашого Себека. Ну і тут в селі, може, знайдемо якісь квести побочні, щось такого. Тоді зараз треба вмитися, одітися і прогуляємося по селищу і глянемо, що тут є. Так, є тут діжка. А, це корчма, да. Ще буду спочатку вдітися, а потім... Так, тесак. Смолоскип. Да. Було б непогано. Треба ще раз. Так. Угу, да. Так, тут у нас корчма. Окей. Це у нас що тут? Угу, тут це можемо купити одяг. Ну, у нас зараз недостатньо грошей на це. Так, що у нас тут є далі?
Greetings to you.
традиційно. Угу. Ми не можемо знаходитися. Что тут у нас есть? Опа, капуста. Не можем взять. Так, тут у нас також. Тут я не можу. Що у нас тут ще? Буває. Так, тут гармани. Є взаємодія. І це ми його не... Ну, мед нам знадобиться. Ми зможемо його або з'їсти, або спродати. Так. Це у нас тут... Ще начебто воно є. Йдемо глянемо. Да. Це нам знадобиться на перший час. У нас ні грошей, нічого нема. Так, ще тут. Есть. У нас тут і конюшня є, да? Угу, можна і вкрасти коня. Але це ми зараз не будемо робити.
God be with you.
Нам треба знайти, де ми можемо переночувати, щоб ми могли зробити збереження. І вже тоді, після збереження, можна щось спробувати. Ось ще у нас. Що тут? О, я пам'ятаю, що в першій частині можна було... Опа. Ні. Це я просто його взяв, я його не вкрав. В першій частині я пам'ятаю, що можна на полицях знаходити різні речі. Та також в туалеті. Так, що у нас тут? Тут у нас торговець, по ідеї. Що? Не пав. Коріш. Так, це у нас що? Рецепт. Відвар. Можемо займатися алхімією. Засушити їжу. Так.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
По ідеї нам потрібно сюди, а? Міщанин. Ти у нас хто? Ріхтаж, окей. Ну, от.
I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
З паном Отто.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yanking my official pizzle?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merchants around here?
If it's a tradesman you're after, most of them live here in the village, of course. Your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone. I'm sure he'll help you.
What's new, bailiff?
Nothing special. Fortunately, Troskowitz is a quiet village. It's peaceful here, and the war has avoided us so far, thank God. Just here and there a brawl in the tavern or the neighbour's errant cow. Well, that's how it was until recently, at least.
And what happened?
What do you think? It started with that nomadic riffraff, theft of hens and sheep, then continued with ambushes on the road. And then the wolves started to come in from the forests on account of the poachers killing off their prey. Oh, and then our master Chamberlain Ulrich. Oh my God. But that's no business of yours, understand?
I understand. That's your business, bailiff. What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takov again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zhelyevites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
Так, могила, да? Це воно. Да, свіжі могили. Але... Так. В першій частині ми в могилах знаходили різний лут, зброю. Також набор був від Warhorse, можна було знайти. Але у нас немає лопати, щоб її викопати. Ось в чому проблема. Так, і тут у нас ще до писаря, до нас куди зайти. Тут?
Greetings, lad. What brings you here?
I met the local beggar. Barrow was her name.
She's here again? Oh, confound it. But we'll get rid of her somehow, you'll see.
What? But
You didn't give her any money, I hope? Rabble like that are like stray cats. Feed them once, and you'll never get rid of them.
No, she just told me you might know where I could get some armor.
Armor? Unless you want to join the local watch, I don't think I can help you. Unless maybe Radovan, the blacksmith from Takov. We might sell you something.
But Barrow told me you might know of something better. The armor of some Brunswick?
Oh, that. Lad, 'tis but a legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
That may be true. But even the finest armor has to pass through the hands of the master blacksmith who forged it. Well, I might be only an apprentice, but that's all the more reason I should take an interest in such things and learn something.
Aiming a bit high, starting with knightly armor, aren't you? How about starting with horseshoe nails, eh?
Excuse me?
All right, no need to lose your temper, I'll tell you. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Then what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to help the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup. So it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armour come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Czeniec of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I don't understand.
Don't worry too much about it. It's just an old wives' tale. And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armour of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad and died on his way back to his king. Specifically while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armour back, but Lord Czeniec didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Czeniec was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armour to the king.
Czeniec was broke. How come?
Because of building his castle. Trusky may be impressive, but it's too expensive for a nobleman. Even the king had difficulty paying for such a castle.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armour, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armour. Lord Czeniec was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armour here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight. Each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armour?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Czeniec, who they say hid the armour, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armor gleaming still.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Bloody hell! I think I know where it is.
Really? Well, seems you've got something between your ears then, lad. And you know what? I've got something else for you. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it as a keepsake. And now go.
Окей. Це сет зброї, типу аналогу Warhorse зброї з першої частини. Ми повинні її знайти. Це мені начебто кажеться, що десь поблизу. Тут, де ми виживали, десь тут є. Тут мені начебто кажеться, що треба шукати початок. Так. Щоденник. Що нам до щоденника? Трапити на весілля, зрозуміло. Або з помилковля, або млинаря, окей. Навчання. Сходіть до кота. Це нам потрібно зробити, знайти нашого рябко. Ну і зброя. Так. Лопати в нас немає. Окей. Все. Так, тут торговець, да? Може, щось зможемо купити ми. Лопату. Нічого нового.
Maybe next time then.
Ну. Купити, так. Так, це в нас є 134. Що це? Вага. А, ні, у нас 5. Тут взагалі нічого немає. Так, мене цікавить. Тоді нам треба щось продати. Так, зброї можемо тесак. До кошика. Потім сорочку. Не потрібно з їжі мед. Єсть. Решта, ну, хай буде, ну, треба також щось їсти. Коротше, треба буде перечитати це все. Відмічка ні. Значить, все. Будемо торгуватися.
Word about the price.
Warum nicht?
Німець. Ну, і так, як і було. Так, я хочу... Спробуємо так.
No. Only because it's you.
That's more like it. Lower your price a little more and we can make a deal. Nein, das bringt doch nichts. I'm done haggling with you.
Окей, ще разок. А, несе в кош. А, окей.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
Зачекай, нам треба купити. У нас вже 22 монетки є.
Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Бізбаль, бізгляй. Так. Тут ми начебто все обійшли. Це йохати не да там. Можна підійти до двору. Начебто нічого такого. Добре, добре. Тут вниз так по дорозі. Це що за... Коти? Тут з'явились коти? Йо-моє, котики. Ну, важче йти через кусти. Цікаво. Що тут у нас? А, так ми тут були. Просто хата, да? Так, що тут? Гніздо, але в нас немає лука. Так, можемо покласти маркер, не? Доти є. Угу. Раз і два. Ну, за діло.
Poor fella. He's not lying in consecrated ground.
Сокира,
At least they gave him a
щит.
cross.
Непогано. Що тут у нас?
Another of von Bergov's men.
Булава. І так. У нас поки стоїть топова сокира. Можемо щит покласти, щоб у нас був для захисту. Що у нас тут є? Це краще, ніж те, що ми знайшли. Це також краще по... Рукавиці. Ну. Так. Вивчити. Вивчили новий рецепт. Угу, це тобто рецепт для крафта броні. Відвар з полину. І рецепт збережівки. Можемо зробити. Ну, типу це шнапс, то що був. Окей. Так, далі. Нам треба до кота. Що, тоді йдемо туди. Якось треба буде обережно йти, минаючи всі прегради, бо зараз ми не дуже можемо щось комусь зробити. Так що... Так, треба тікати. Так, тут нове селище, я думаю, всяк випадок заглянути до нього, щоб у нас з'явилось швидке переміщення на мапі. Що у нас тут? А, нельзя тут, окей. Швидка подорож. Це геть якесь мале селище. Все, входжу.
Maybe we could sneak in some wine.
Gather round. You won't believe this. A whole
Що
village
тут у
burnt
нас?
to the ground. Hell on earth. At the mill. You have to hear this. These silver scallops, they say, without warning, attacked by Cuman troops. In one afternoon,
Скалицю.
they burned down the whole village, killed all the villagers, and drove the local lord out of his own castle. You see what that ginger fox Sigismund is doing to our land? He wants to burn us all. Go home quick and start praying. Only God can save us from the foreign hordes. And give all your property to your local church. Quick, before Sigismund's soldiers seize it or torch it.
За скалицю. Обікрасти, ні. Побалакати не можемо.
Come to think of it, it was him who told me.
Так, щось тут. Тут нічого такого начебто немає. Добре. Відправляємось далі. Так, це ми майже на місці. Табір. Так, це майстер Кіт.
Greetings.
Good day to you.
I've heard incredible things about you. They say you let a fully loaded hay wagon roll over you.
Hi. It was quite the show.
Is that how you usually spend your free time?
Oh, often enough. People like it. But don't think it's some trick. It's the real thing. And it's not easy. It's not just about muscles, but about your overall approach to food and life in general. Being a strongman isn't a trade. It's a way of life.
I believe you. Getting run over by a wagon isn't for everyone.
That's right. Not everyone can do it. But I was nursed by a wild she-bear, so it's no problem for me. Nothing's impossible. Remember that. Nothing's impossible.
How's life? All good?
Couldn't be better, lad.
You were raised by a wild bear, you said?
You think I'm lying? Or you're just amazed?
Well, it's just you're the first person I ever met who had that kind of upbringing.
The first? The only one, more like, fella. It was a cruel winter when they found me in that bear's den as a baby.
So you're an orphan?
If we rule out a human baby being born to a bear, then I reckon that's a good bet.
Right. That was stupid.
What?
No, I meant I was being stupid. About the bear thing, of course.
Well, there you go. Nothing's impossible for a man like me. Like I say, nothing's impossible.
What did you do before you took to the road?
How did I become a nomad? It's in my blood. This is my life.
So you've known the Voivod for some time?
Uh-huh. The Voivode is a good fella. I met him this winter and helped him with his horse.
I didn't realize you know about horses.
What? The only thing I know about horses is that they go around on 4 legs. The Voivode's horse died from the cold, so I dragged it to the camp on a handcart and we turned it into some first-class goulash. At least that old nag was good for something.
I'd be interested to know what you live on.
I had lentils for lunch and bread pudding for dinner. What's it to you?
What do you do, I mean?
Right now, I'm talking to you. Then I'll go and have a bite to eat because I'm starving and need to keep my strength up. It's not so easy. The strongman trade can't be taken lightly.
Don't they say a hungry artist makes for a good artist?
A hungry artist is a bad artist because no one ever earned a crust by going hungry.
What can you do, Tomcat?
Me? Everything. Nothing's impossible.
Come on. Don't tell me you can really do everything.
If I put my mind to it, try me.
What about swimming?
I've been training to swim in cold water for years. No one can beat me when it comes to swimming under ice.
I'd like to believe that. And seeing it's summer now, I have no other choice. What about climbing?
I can climb any cliff without a rope, just using my bare hands, and then do a backflip off it into a pond.
Jesus, you're a madman.
Not at all. I'd be a madman if I trusted my life to something as crazy as a horse.
Wait, so you're afraid of horses?
Hey, nothing's impossible. But I hate horses with all my guts. I never take risks, and that's why I'll never get on a horse. Not even for a golden goose.
You don't take risks? And what about your strongman antics?
No risk involved. That's years of hard work and training, fella. If I didn't believe in myself and what I do, I'd be long dead.
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago, I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fight around here.
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me next time.
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. You're going to attack. Commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around. Come on, keep going! Nice! Now do it again! Beautiful! Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more difficult. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
So I'll start from the top, then from the right,
And then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally left.
All right. Let's give it a try.
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more. Beautiful. Once more.
Da! Da!
Beautiful.
Блокування, контрудар. Це зрозуміло. Це довгі серії ударів. Згори.
That's that then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more piece of advice. Any attack can start with this or that technique. Look, if I attack from the right, your riposte will come from above. And that's the first step of this technique. Think about it.
What about other techniques?
I'll teach you even more if you want. But it won't be as cheap. And you'll also have to know a thing or two first. If you prove yourself to me, I'll teach you the best technique of all. Meisterhowl. Also known as the Master Strike.
How about someone else?
I'm sure I'm not the only swordsman around who could teach you something.
How could I prove myself to you so that you'll teach me the Master Strike?
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight, because this technique only works for swords.
So all I have to do is challenge you?
That's right.
Давайте спробуємо.
I'll challenge you to a duel then.
Ha! I've barely taught you anything and you're already getting cocky. But very well. At least I'll demonstrate the difference between us. Now that's what I call an opener! Now you're in... Sorry, lad, but it's too soon for me to teach you the Master Strike.
Ну, ще разок.
Let me try it again.
Nonsense. If you can't defeat me fresh, you won't defeat me all bloodied up.
I'll tend to my wounds and be right back.
Very well then. I'll wait for you here, but I don't have all day. Get a move on.
Ух ти. Так. У мене ХП нема. У нас і немає нічим, що ми можемо покращити наше... Зараз спалити тільки, да? Да. Він не відразу, да? Починає діяти. Треба час. Так, що на 6. Це збережівка. Здоров'я щось не то.
Is that supposed to be a threat? Get away. Very good. Co začíná? Co kerezola zbraňa?
Так, що у нас тут? Нове завдання є. Нам якось наше здоров'я покращити. Зачекаємо. Відверзний гінок, да? Угу. Коштує немало. Якщо можемо продати її, нічого.
Never mind then. Farewell. Tetumenga, you look just like that gajo.
Так, що у нас тут взагалі? Не було б непогано якось. Так, ну їжі недостатньо.
This? Ah, it's nothing. No, thanks for asking.
The voivode will want to talk to you.
Good day.
You don't look too good. You should see the sawbones.
Is that supposed to be a threat? You were starting to scare me.
What's life like here in the camp?
Free, my friend, free. Your settled life, that is not for me. Being cooped up in one place all day would be the death of me. Nic nane prepuf aisus romanolilo.
What did you say? It almost sounded like a curse.
Ah, that was just a bit of wisdom.
You mean a proverb?
Najanav, maybe. We have wise sayings for everything, Gajo.
And perhaps a bit of magic, too, eh?
Kora chacho. But they are not spells. We're very superstitious folks, that's all.
Nomads, you mean?
Ha! Romale. You'll not find a more superstitious people than us.
How do you make your living when you're constantly on the road?
Everyone does the work he knows. Usually things to do with horses, trade and blacksmithing.
And what do you do?
Me? I make sure our luck does not run out.
Right. That must be tiring work then, eh?
Tell me about it. Playing dice requires wisdom.
Isn't luck more important?
Solvakeres, Gajo. There is no luck involved. When you have wisdom and a free mind, you accept fate. Lady Luck only smiles on those who know how to accept fate.
Why is your camp here?
Because we found a gold mine here, but we are so humble you would never know it.
I'm glad you've been so lucky. Would you invite me to a feast?
Nah, you might tell everyone. Then we would have to pay taxes.
You're right. Taxes are the worst thing since the plague.
Right. But if you do not have anything, you do not pay anything, and nobody will be any the wiser. Bokali richni nakalel. That is why we have to keep moving, so the high and mighty do not realize that they have not yet squeezed us dry. Aye, our kind are birds on the wing, not cooped up hens. I would rather be hungry and free than have a full belly and be chained like a dog.
How do you get along with the local villagers?
Oilen Kaiser Baraminjahin.
I don't understand. Is that something bad?
They are always unhappy about something. But it is because they are afraid. They are afraid of everything they do not know and understand. Then when we turn up, strangers with a strange language and strange ways, they shit themselves. They are more afraid of us than foreign armies, I tell you. And why is that? Because they know what to expect from an army. But they do not know us and think the worst of us.
I'm looking for this friend of mine. A big, fair-haired young man. like strutting about, and speaks like a noble.
Look, you know what? That sounds like the gacho we saw in the forest the other night. But he's scarp and sharpish and vanished in the darkness. I ain't seen him since. Sorry.